Today's lecture are about the questions related to beta and gamma function. So first question is that evaluate integral 0 to 1 minus x raised to the power q whole 1 by 2 dx. So we have that question in the form of an integral, and we are going to integrate that integral. So if you don't know about beta and gamma function, you can solve it through any method, or you can solve it through a comparison test by applying um, a different comparison test, or you can apply any method. But now we know about the beta and gamma function. So this question is we are going to solve this question by a beta function. So as you know that what will be the limits of the integration of a beta function, that is about 0 to 1. So that question contain also the limit 0 to 1. So that's why we solve this question by help of a beta function, and we know that, and we already studied that what is a beta function. So by definition of a beta function, we have beta mn. You can say bmn or beta mn is equal to integral 0 to 1 x raised to the power m minus 1 into 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. This is actually the definition of a of a beta function. Okay, as we say, this is a 1. Now what we will do, we will suppose that the given question is the given integral in a question. You suppose that that will be equal to any alphabet, and you so that and suppose that that is I. So if I is equal to 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to the power q raised to the power 1 by 2 dx, as this is given in a question. So what we have to do, you have to compare these two integrals, that is 1 to 2. So if you can see here that in beta formula of a beta function, you have 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. But in this question, in a given question, we have an integral in a form of 1 minus x cube raised to the power 1 by 2 dx. So what we have to do, we have to replace that x cube in a form of that x. But now this is in a form of x. So what you have to do, you have to replace the other variable, and we will substitute that. Suppose that that x cube is equal to another variable, and then that you say that that will be y. You can take any variable u, v, t, it's up to you. But we are taking here that we will substitute that x cube is equal to y. So what we have to do, if you shift that cube towards the right hand side, so multiply 1 by 3 in a power, so you will get x is equal to y raised to the power 1 by 3. Now differentiate that, x is equal to y to the power 1 by 3. So we will get that x dx is equal to 1 by 3 y raised to the power 2 by 3 dy. So we will change the variable into another variable. So keep remember that if you are going to substitute any variable with another variable, so you are going to must change the limits into another variable, because in that here this limit is in a form of a x, that is a value of a x. So but now we are going to change the variable into another variable, that is y. So you have to change that limit in a form of a y. So you can see easily that if I put here 0, so y is equal to 0, and if you put here x is equal to 1, so y is again equal to 1. So there is no change of integration, so your equation number 2 becomes now in a form of a y variable, and that becomes like 0 to 1, y 1 minus y dx, that will be this one. Okay, so your new integral becomes like this. So what you have to do, just take common 1 by 3, and your integral is now y raised to the power 2 by 3 into 1 minus y raised to the power 1 by 2 dx. Now compare your that integral with the definition of a beta function, that will be x raised to the power m minus 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1. But here we have y raised to the power 2 by 3 into 1 minus y raised to the power 1 by 2 dy. So what you have to do, you have to replace that 2 by 3 in a form of m minus 1. So if we take 5 by 3 minus 1, so if you solve that value, so we will get 2 by 3. So there is no change. This 2 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3 minus 1. So you can replace 2 by 3 by 5 by 3 minus 1. And similarly here, we have to split that 1 by 2. So if you split that 1 by 2 in a form of a n minus 1, so that's become 3 by 2 minus 1. So this is a definition of a, this satisfies the definition of a beta function, as you can see here. So that integral is equal to beta mn. So in a power of x, that is m. In a power of 1 minus x, that will be n. Okay? So your beta, if you close this integral in a form of a beta, so your m is 5 by 3, and here you have n 3 by 2. So this is beta 5 by 3 into 3 by 2, and this is 1 by 3 common over here. Now you can open easily, and we already studied that there is a relationship between a beta and a gamma function, and that relation is this. So you can open easily that beta function by that gamma function, and that is gamma 5 by 3, gamma 3 by 2 divided by gamma 5 by 3 plus 3 by 2. So this is your answer. And if you have a time, you can also open these gamma function, and you can easily simplify it. Okay, next question is that evaluate integral 0 to infinity under root x e raised to the power minus x squared dx. Okay, now if you can see this question, in this integral we have exponential. Okay, and the other thing is that limit of integration is a form of gamma function. So if you remember the definition of a gamma function, so that is similar to the definition of a gamma function, as I have written over here, that gamma m is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus x, x raised to the power m minus 1 dx. So if you compare these two, limits are same. This is e raised to the power minus x square. Here we have e raised to the power minus x, and this is under root x. And here in definition we have x raised to the power minus m minus 1. Okay. So what you have to do, first take, let us suppose that that integral is equal to I. Now again, we have to solve that question by a method of a substitution. So what we have to substitute, again you can see that here we have, in a question we have e raised to the power minus x square, and in formula we have e raised to the power minus x. So what you have to do, you have to take that x square with have to substitute that x square instead of the another variable, and that is you have to take y. So we suppose that x square is equal to y. Again, multiply that to with 1 by 2 on both sides. So it implies that x is equal to y raised to the power 1 by 2. If we differentiate that, you will get dx is equal to 1 by 2 y raised to the power minus 1 by 2 dy. Okay. Again, we change one variable to another variable, so we have to change the limit also. So if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, you can see easily over here. If you put x is equal to infinity, so y is equal to infinity. So again, here is no change of a limit. So now what we have to do, we have to replace that equation number 2 by the new variables. Put y is equal to y raised to the power 1 by x is equal to y raised to the power 1 by 2 over, convert that under root in the form of 1 by 2. Okay, and e raised to the power minus y, and this is the value of our dx. Take 1 by 2 common over here, and this becomes 1 by 4. And here we have y to the power 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So bases are same. So add the powers. So here we will get y to the power 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 into e to the power minus y dy. Now simplify this with LCM, you will get y to the power minus 1 by 4 e to the power minus y dy. This is in a form of what? This is in a form of again the definition of a gamma function like this one, equation number 1. So here we have e to the power minus x, here we have e to the power y, so there is no change of, we have to split that minus 1 by 4 in a form of m minus 1. So how to do? As minus, you can write minus 1 by 4 like 3 by 4 minus 1, because if you simplify this value, you will again get the minus 1 by 4. So this satisfies the definition of a gamma function. So by gamma function, you can write this integral in a form of a gamma m, where m is in a power of a x. So here you can, in a power of 5, we have 3 by 4. So you can write that integral in a form of gamma 3 by 4. If you want to solve that gamma, you can easily solve that by a result, as you studied that gamma m plus 1 is equal to n gamma m. So you have to split that 3 by 4 in a form of a plus 1 and then simplify it. Okay, and the third question is evaluate integral 0 to 1 under root 3 log of 1 by x dx. Okay, So what you have to do first, we have to suppose that that integral is equal to I. That is equation number 1. Now again we are going towards substitute. We have to solve that question again by substitution, method of a substitution. So let us suppose that log 1 by x is equal to y. Okay, if we want to neglect that log, so by that we will apply the anti-log, that is exponential function. If we apply exponential function on both sides, so this y becomes e raised to the power y, and here log and exponential will cut, and you will get 1 by x is equal to e raised to the power x. If you replace these places, so we have 1 by e raised to the power y is equal to x, which implies that x is equal to e raised to the power minus y. And if you differentiate that, we will get dx is equal to e raised to the power minus y dy. Okay, so again, by method of substitution, if you are going to change the function in one variable into another variable, so you must have to change the limit of integration. So if we have x is equal to 0, so y is equal to what? Y is equal to infinity, because 1 by 0 is infinity and log of infinity is infinity. And if you put over here 1, so that is log of 1, and you know that log of 1 is equal to 0, so y is equal to 0. So here is a change of a limit, and that is 0 is replaced by infinity and 1 is replaced by 0. So your new integral in equation number 1 becomes infinity to 0 y raised to the power 1 by 3. This 1 by 3 is of that under root. Okay, and here we have minus dx is equal to minus e raised to the power minus y dy. This is your new integral, and take minus common over here. If we take minus over here, so there is a rule in a indefinite in a definite the places of a limit of integration. So your new limits will be 0 to infinity after changing limit of integration, and function will be the same, that is e raised to the power minus y raised to the power 1 by 3 dy. Now, if you look over here, so this is the definition of a gamma function, and the definition of gamma function is like this, that we have a power minus x over here, and here we have minus y, and y raised to the power minus 3, but we have x raised to the power m minus 1. So what we have to do, we have to replace that 1 by 3 by m minus 1. So we can take that 1 by 3 like 4 by 3 minus 1, as you can split that 1 by 3 by this, because both are equal to each other. So now this satisfies the definition of a gamma function, and you can write that integral in a form of a gamma 4 by 3. Okay, I hope there will be no problem in these questions, because these are very simple question and you can easily solve these questions by a method of substitution. So you must have to remember the definition of a gamma and beta function. And the fourth one question is that evaluate integral 0 to infinity e raised to the power minus 4x squared dx. Okay, so if you look over here, we have a limit over 0 to infinity, and in a definition of a gamma function we have 0 to infinity. So what we have to do, we have to apply the definition of a gamma function. So for this we will suppose that that integral is equal to I, that is I is equal to integral 0 to infinity 5 raised to the power minus 4x squared dx. This is your equation number 1. Now what we have to do, we have to substitute, and we will substitute that that function 5 raised to the power minus 4x squared is equal to e raised to the power minus y. If you take log on both sides, so your that function become minus 4x squared log of 5 is equal to minus y. Okay, because log and exponential are anti function of each other, so inverse function of each other, so that will be cancelled, and from here, from right hand side, we will have minus y. Now we will so x square, so shift all the values except x square to the right. So we have x square is equal to y divided by 4 log of 5. Okay, and if you wants to if you want to neglect that 2 over here, so what we have to do, we have to multiply 1 by 2 on both sides. So in denominator and numerator, that will be cancelled, and from here you will get x, and that implies that that will be equal to y raised to the power 1 by 2 divided by 2 log of 5 raised to the power 1 by 2. And if you differentiate that x, you can easily now differentiate that x. So that will become what? In the denominator we have the value of a constant. These are the constants value. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to differentiate or just that term, and from here we will get 1 by 2 y to the power minus 1 by 2 dy, and here we have a constant function. And again we are going to change the limit of integration, that is if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. From here you can easily look from here. Okay, and if you put here infinity, so y is equal to infinity. So put all the values in equation number 1, so your new integral becomes 0 to infinity. This will be equal to e to the power minus y, and dx is equal to this one, that is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, that is 1 by 4. 2 into 2 is equal to 4, so I write here 1 by 4 cos log of 5 raised to the power 1 by 2 y raised to the power 1 by minus 1 by 2 dy. Okay, so take common values, the constant value from outside the integration, so that will be 1 by 4 log of 5 raised to the power 1 by 2, integration is 0 to infinity a to the power minus y, y raised to the power minus 1 by 2 dy. So again this is same as it is definition of a gamma function. So we have to split that minus 1 by 2 in a form of m minus 1. So if you split it, so that will be in a form of 1 by 2 minus 1. So now write that integration in a form of a gamma function, like 1 by gamma 1 by 2, and you know that gamma 1 by 2 is equal to what, that will be equal to pi. So if you want to change that gamma by that value, or you can write that this is your answer, so that will be your answer as well. Okay, so I hope there is no problem in this question, and now you have a homework, and that is question number 1, that is infinite integration 0 to infinity 3 raised to the power minus 4x squared dx, and another question is 0 to infinity x squared plus 4 into e to the power minus 2x squared dx. Okay, so this is same as it is the question number 4, this one. Okay, this is related to this one question. And question number 2 is also very simple. First you have to multiply e raised to the power with both the terms, and from here you will get the two integration, and then solve separately the both uh, integration by a gamma function, because the limits are in a form of a 0 infinity, and that also contain exponential function. So if you have any problem, you can ask from me. Otherwise you have to solve your homework. And if you have any problem in these questions, you can also ask from me, so I will explain you.